What if I told you that failure is the key to success? Sounds crazy, right? But every ambitious person, entrepreneur, athlete, and artist, they have failed more than they have succeeded. But they didn't give up. So if you have failed in life, you have failed at something, and you ever felt like giving up, this video is definitely for you, because if you watch to the end, you see that failure isn't your enemy or your greatest teacher. So let's clear one thing up. Failure is not the opposite to success. Yes, think about it. It's part of the process. It's part of the process. It's not the opposite to success. It's part of the process. Think about it, because if you have never failed in life, you have not really pushed yourself. You are playing it safe. You have not really pushed yourself if you have never failed in life. You are playing it safe. So take Thomas Edison as an example. Over 1,000 inverting light bulb. He didn't give up. What if he quit at 999 attempts, but he continued? What about Michael Jordan? He was caught up in his basketball team. Let's talk about Steve Jobs. He was fired in his own company. He was fired from his own company before he turns what Apple is today. Before he turns Apple to what it is today. So what about Rowling? Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. 12. Like, just imagine you just finish school and you're looking for a job, and you have gone for how many interviews? I'm sure that if you'd have gone for like 2 or 3, you will give up. But he didn't give up. Still was rejected. What did they all have in common? They didn't let failure. They didn't let failure stop them, but rather they let it shape them. So here is where most people go wrong. They see failure as the dead end instead of a lesson. But ambitious people, they look at failure as a feedback. They look at it as a feedback, because every mistake is a data. It's telling you what works and what doesn't. It's telling you what works and what doesn't. So you don't need to give up. You need to start practicing this habit of not giving up. You need to be the part of you. So now, why did ambitious people fail? Why did they fail? Number one that I have in my list is overconfidence. Yes, preparation without confidence. What you need to know is that success requires strategy. You need to work smart, not hard. Not just hard. You need to work smart. So number two I have in my list is you are afraid of taking seeing failure. You're afraid to fail. If you're afraid to fail, because ambition makes stepping into the unknown. So if you're afraid to fail, you will never grow. Just for instance, you want to go to art department, but because you know that an art student here, you have to be reading literatures, you have to be reading literature texts, literary novels and stories, but you are afraid because it's quite much. You will never be there. For instance, you want to be a lawyer, but you don't want to do a literature. How does that work? You don't want to be a government student. How does it work? Another example, you want to be in art department because you want to be in a science student, because you want to be a doctor or a nurse. But you don't want to go to you don't want to do further maths, because further maths is pretty hard. How does it work? How are you going to get to where you're going to? It doesn't work like that. So you just have to put in your best, work hard. Work hard. God doesn't give up on you, so don't give up on yourself. So if you're still not convinced, let's talk about what's his name? Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey she was told that she's in suit for television, but now she's a media icon. Who doesn't know her? Who doesn't know the person? We all know her. So What you need to know is that every successful person, every successful person today, they have their story. Yes, they have their story, and they weren't always motivated, because motivation fades, but discipline keeps you going. So stop waiting for motivation and take action. Take action, like now. Take action, take control of your life, because if you don't, laziness will.